Well, good day to you all. We are the Pleiadians, and we have been asked to do a short sum up of what we feel might be happening for you on Dear Gaia for the new year of 2023. We would like to title this comment A Defining Year, because in so many ways it will be a very defining year for all of you, we will say. Much more of a defining year for most of you, many of you. And by defining, we will explain that it is a year that will be filled with a lot of personal decisions, not necessarily on a conscious level, but personal decisions that need to be made nevertheless. And we say need because to keep up with the light on the planet and the ascension process, you as humans are going to need to make some personal decisions on an energetic and spiritual and soul level. And so, as we say, they don't necessarily need to be conscious decisions, but a lot of them will be. We would say, firstly, that a lot of you are going to feel that you want to be more into an activist role. And by that, we mean that you don't necessarily have to go out and beat the roads and carry your signs and do a protest and get all riled up, because that is not what is really going to make it's going to make some change. It's going to make certain people or certain organizations, like i.e. governments, aware of what the people want and where their feelings lie, but it is not necessarily the best way to go about it. So when we say activists, it can be something as small as signing a petition, because that is going to get the word out there to those people that hopefully will read it. But energetically, more importantly, it is what you are putting out there, whether they are picking up on it consciously, those that are designed to receive these messages, doesn't really matter. Certainly it matters so that, let's take an example of the government and the green belt, since this one here has been thinking a lot about this and reading and signing petitions regarding the green belt in Ontario at this point in time. Something like that, if you decide to sign a petition, will be read by, hopefully, the government, and hopefully there will be some action to the positive in the regards of saving the green belt. However, energetically, it's much more important to do that. And you don't, of course, necessarily even have to sign it. You just have to energetically put your will or your desire out there so that it will help to change the energy around what is currently happening, as far as you seeing a negative with the building of the on the green belt. So this is really important information that we can give you now to help you energetically move forward with the light that's on the planet now and work with it so that it is increasingly easier for things to change, because you're putting your energy in those places where you want to see change come positively and differently. And we might add that while you may be doing this, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to see the change that you want, because there is still a lot of confusion. There is still a lot of chaos. There is still a lot of misinformation. There is still a lot of finagling and controlling, which is going to continue for a number of years. But the more that you decide on an individual basis how you feel about something in that moment, because we say in that moment, in the next moment it may change, or 2 months from now, when you have different information, or the energy is different, or the way that you're thinking of dealing with it may be different, we would like to encourage you to say, in the moment, this is where I would like to put my energy. This is the decision I am making to move forward with any particular situation, whether it be with your relationships, whether it be with your own personal spiritual journey, whether it be with politics or education or anything that you would like to affect. And of course, you are affecting things all the time, whether you're aware of it or not. But we would suggest that it can be a much more defining year for you individually if you are more conscious about how you affect things and what you want to do to affect things going forward. And so we would encourage you to be more conscious of how you do that. And in doing so, you can also ask your higher selves and ask your entourage and your beings and the Christ energy or whomever you relate to. You can even ask the trees and ask your own self, what can I do energetically, even on an unconscious level, to move my vibration forward, to move it into an increased area of love and support, to get support, to feel support, to give yourself support, and to move forward in the best way possible with the least interference of making this too much of a challenge. For example, if something is happening to you physically that you are not liking, you can sit back and say, what is it I would like to change about this so that that physical aspect does not happen to me to the same degree? How can I change that? How can I ask for help? Do I want to ask for help? Do I want to try and just move through energetically on my own? There are lots of ways that you can do that, but be aware of what you are doing and how you are affecting yourself, because of course, how you affect yourself and how you move through those situations in your own individual life will automatically be expanded into those that you relate to on a daily basis, your loved ones, your family, your friends, your community, and then it radiates out into the greater collective. And this is how the world changes. This is how it has always changed, and it will continue to change. But it will do so much more dramatically in this year because it is a defining year that by the end of 2023, there will be we do not wish to say a division, but we would like to possibly use that word because it will explain better how the end of the year will feel different from where you are at now. And when we say division, we don't use that in a negative sense. We say it as you will know by the end of the year who it is much more clearly, much more concisely, who it is you want to relate to. what it is you want to do going forward and how you want to interact with particular people. So be aware of opportunities that present themselves so that you can find the individuals that you will be guided to work with, that you will be guided to meet, to develop groups energetically or physically, where you can move forward into a more distinct role and get your individuality forming into groups. It is important moving forward to be feeling more part of a group, however small, than you have been up until now. It is important for the energy of the process that you want to create, the process you want to go through, the changes that you wish to make or focus on. And as we say, these changes will not necessarily be what you want them to be or what you think they should be. They will be what they need to be at the time. And as timelines change, the focus may change and the energy will certainly change. So be aware. It will be a year of beauty. It will be a year of transcendence. It will be a year of understanding yourself on a much deeper level without having to work so hard at it. To use the energy that's available on the planet now, to use your own energy, to ask for the energy that will help you to clarify what your journey will be moving forward and how you can make that easy and effortless. And having said that, we do not wish to go into any particular specifics about aspects of change. There will be many of them. The banking, the healthcare, they're all in the process of doing complete turnovers. And there are there's lots of time to talk about that and discussions for that. But we want to really focus, as we have, on the individual ascension and process of clarifying and making this a completely defining year, so that by this time next year, you're going to say, wow, was that only a year ago? We have so much work that we have done. And look how far we have come. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be thrilling. And there's certainly going to be a roller coaster up and down. It doesn't mean that it's all going to be a thrill, but grab those times where you can enjoy, you can relax, you can focus, you can use your sense of humor and laughter and companionship and beauty of the world, because it is out there and for you to find. We want you to enjoy and see the beauty that is expanding into the ascension and really opening up your minds to all that can be. And so on that note, we would ask that you enjoy this year. You see it for the challenge that it will be, and accept the challenge without doing too much worrying about how it's going to come out, because it is all good in the end. No matter where you have to go to get there, it's going to be fantastic. It is already being fantastic. And you don't see quite the way we see it, but we are thrilled that you have come this far, that Gaia has come this far, and we hope that by this time next year, you will have so much more clarity and see things to a better degree than you have been up until now. And so on that note, we would leave you and we would send our love and our blessings. And as always, we are supporting you and sending you light and love. And thank you for this time. We appreciate it. And we are always with you. Whoever you want to connect with, we are here. Just discern, make sure that you are connecting to the light. And with love and light, we say goodbye, over and out.